All right, so the Dark Inquest. Where are we starting? Let's do this. So we're moving you to the very first map. And just because you're not familiar with them, here they are. This guy right here, with the big hat, the crossbow, and the sword, is Veslar.
Hello. I got nothing, man.
This chick right here with the flowing red hair and the massive sword is Piper.
That's pretty badass, not gonna lie.
That's me.
The chick over here with the long sword and the loot on her back is Arya. So familiarize yourself with the tokens. And this, wearing the black, holding the crossbow, is Veslar. Is Veslar's mentor, Erasmus Baldor. And if you watch the intro, that's the guy that was doing all the talking. All right, so we join our intrepid hunters as they close in inside a forest on what appears to be a ramshackled hut.
Ooh.
They have traveled for 2 days along the dirt road. The weather has been a steady drizzle and has contributed towards their dour moods. Erasmus is ready to lead the charge, as it were. As they approach through the trees, finally seeing a small hut covered in vines.
Ooh.
Careful. I believe this is the lair of the hag.
What the what?
And Abigail Marie, thank you for the resub. Hit those rollies.
Oh my gosh, and Jimmy B Cake, and Zombie.
And Jimmy B Cake, and Zombie Stein. They're all resubbing. There you go. Awesome.
Thank you.
Resub high. Spam your rollies for all of the awesome. Bam.
This is like nothing's gonna get done. We're just gonna.
That's it. This is just a sub train tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
Alrighty. And Brock, thanks for the follow. Woo! If the hag is here, she will be tricky and probably invisible. Watch your backs while we deal with anything that she may throw at us. Be careful. Arya, stay behind us. He points at the kind of like overgrown hut. As he does so, it looks like he's about to speak, and suddenly you hear crash, 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 and some ugly, nasty creatures come blasting out.
Whoa, gay.
Oh dear.
From the undergrowth.
Those are big.
The fuck?
And let's kick it off with, guess what?
Initiatives?
The first combat music of the scene. Alrighty. Erasmus says, ogres! I expected as much. Be careful, if the hag is still here, she will be probably hiding around, waiting for us to make a mistake. Let's dispatch these creatures quickly and look for her. Watch your backs. Okay, the ogres are like the typical, like, 8.5-foot huge, brutish monsters that you've seen before. Piper, you've encountered these before. Arya is kind of looking a little intimidated and scared, standing at the back. Let's get some initiative rolls going, shall we?
Woo! First roll is Piper.
Oh, it feels so good having a plus. Just saying that right off the bat.
Let's do this. Ooh, Bane's got pretty gold dice.
Oh, and I still roll like crap. What the?
Bane on a 17. Or let's just call him Piper's on a 17. Veslar is on an 8.
This like never ends, man. Fucking A. Alright. Alright. Fine.
Arya is on a 17. Alright, let's roll an initiative for our friend Erasmus.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Like a mouse.
Yeah, like the boss he is.
And now I'll roll for some ogres. Alrighty. Okay. As soon as they come leaping out, Erasmus is very quick to bring up his heavy crossbow, level it towards the ogre that's holding the large rock, and lets his bolt fly. The bolt flies clean through the air, slamming the ogre in the upper shoulder. Ogre reels back with pain, and rears up this huge big rock that it has in its hand ready to throw. All right, it is Piper's turn. What is Piper doing?
All right, how big are our squares here?
10 feet.
Alrighty, so I will be running, charging forward. Arya back, like you said, and
Arya's back
run.
here. Yep. Make sure you guys, you have control of your tunes. Okay, so you're charging this nasty-looking ogre right here.
Now, am I
Okay.
able to strike him, or
with a charge attack? Absolutely.
Ooh, let's do this.
So Piper just raises her two-handed sword and charges straight towards the ogre, full frontal.
Okay, now, new character, question.
Uh-huh.
I get a +1 because of my weapon focus, right? To hit with this?
+1 for the weapon focus, plus you have your strength bonus and your base attack.
Okay, what?
Your base attack is +5,
Yep,
+1 for weapon focus,
yes.
and your strength bonus gives you a +2,
right?
No idea, this is new.
what is if you look at your character sheet on the strength, it should say strength bonus.
Strength bonus?
Yeah, whatever the plus is in the strength box.
Ability modifier?
That's the thing, yeah. But it's a strength bonus because it's the ability is strength. Yeah. What is that?
Oh, 2.
Okay. So it's
I've never used that before,
+8
so.
to hit. Oh, you
that's
never
right.
had one. That's why.
Yeah, because so this is new. Sorry, guys.
+8
right.
to hit.
Oh, that's right, because you were a
How about a
rogue, so
nice
you're
24?
24. That'll
dex.
work. And you do, I believe, 2d6 +4 damage.
Yes.
Shadow, thanks for the follow. Oh, what a way to open it. All right, Piper charges in, swinging her huge big two-handed forward, and I believe, let's see, do you have one attack or two? One right now, right?
Yeah, 1.
You get another one next time. Okay.
Holy.
Swinging the two-handed sword as she charges forward, screaming, slams into the ogre's side. Immediately he revels in the pain as blood showers. It would have killed a lesser creature for sure, but leaves our ogre not too far from death. So that was an epic opening strike.
Yeah. Wow. I'm in shock.
It is the ogre's turn to retaliate. The ogre with the rock hurls it towards Veslar. A huge big boulder, probably the size of your chest cavity, smashes in the ground about 2 foot in front of you. A few kind of like flecks of dirt fly up and hit you in the face, but other than that, no harm. This big ogre with the club comes crashing down towards you. This one right here is moving around to assist and help his friend. These two ogres are close enough. The first ogre brings back its massive, great big meat mauler and swings wildly at Piper, who ducks cleanly underneath, feeling the whish of the air. As she does so, the other one seizes his chance and lunges forward with an attempt to punch her clear in the chest. Taking a very nimble back step of 2 feet, she steps back and avoids the blow. Whew. All right, it is now Arya's turn. Arya begins to strum wildly and plays her inspiration song, which gives you guys +1 to hit and +1 damage.
Nice.
So add that all the time she's back there. Ding, 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 ding. Alrighty. Veslar, you see the huge ogre bearing down on you.
All right, so I'm gonna just immediately drop my crossbow on the floor, grip my bastard sword in both my hands, and do as strong attack as I possibly can. I'm just with all my power and might.
Okay, so you're making a power attack.
And I am going to be using all of my base attack.
All right, so you're throwing +5 to hit into the potential damage.
So I have +1 to hit from the streaming, so that would be d20 plus 10, but without that, it's d20 plus 5. And watch me.
What do you get? What is your plus? Say that again.
So my plus is usually +9 with my base attack,
which would be +10. Yep.
Arya's giving me +1 to hit, and I'm using all 5 to the damage, so it's just +5.
You're still at +5 to hit, but should you hit, you're doing an additional 5 points of damage.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Power up. Oh! What is the crit range on your bastard sword?
19 to 20.
I believe that's a potential crit, my friend.
So do I do +5 again, or do I just do plus
just a
10?
regular roll.
Just a regular roll, because that's +10 with Jane. All right.
It's a crit! All right, so what are we doing damage-wise here, Mr. Witch Hunter? Bastard sword is D10.
So it's D10. It's usually D10 plus 5.
So it's D10 plus 10, and we're doubling it.
D10 plus 11 because Jane's
absolutely. D10 plus 11. This could hurt.
1d10 plus 11. Heyo!
5, 6. So a total of 6. All right, Veslar runs forward as to meet the ogre's charge. As the ogre comes, raising its club above him, with both hands, he rams the sword straight through, up underneath its chin. It pokes up behind its neck, and almost immediately, the ogre collapses backwards on the floor in a shower of blood. Woo. Holy crap! They ain't messing around, these guys and girls. All right, Erasmus's turn is next. Okay, he pulls his sword and runs to meet the charge over here. He's helping out Racer.
Racer's not here.
Saving throw show. Thanks for the follow. Not Racer. He's helping out Piper. Chopsuki, thanks for the follow. He swings with his longsword twice, landing both times, hitting the ogre for 10 and 11. Woo! Almost killing this one. All right.
I know what's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful.
It's the ogre's turn.
Oh.
Okay, this ogre right here, as he watches his comrade fall, hurls another huge rock. As Radovan retracts his sword and pushes the ogre to the floor, he's suddenly aware of not Radovan, Veslar is suddenly aware of this massive boulder descending upon him. Too late, he attempts to sidestep as it slams straight in his chest, doing 15 points of damage. Ooh. Knocking him slightly to the side.
All right. That kind of hurt. 15 you said, right?
Yes.
No. All right.
All right, Piper, it is your turn. This could be fun.
I know this is what I'm waiting for.
Okay. Because he's looking pretty hurt, isn't he?
They both look pretty hurt, yeah.
Okay, I am going to pull a nice power attack, and I'm going to chuck some of my my damage points. Sacrifice some attack to put more damage.
How many of your attack bonus do you want to sack?
I'll 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at +6 to hit.
Yes.
So D20 +6. But it'll add 2 to your damage if you hit. Oh, yes you do. Okay, so roll, it's 2d6 plus, what do we say? 2d6 plus?
It'll be
4.
+6.
Oh, +6.
+2, so yeah, 2d6 +6 for the damage. And you need 8 or more to finish him off. 10 will do it.
Cleave, activate.
You swing wildly, hacking the first ogre to the ground. As you the momentum carries straight through as you turn, and you're able to bring the sword back into play against the other ogre to the side of you as you great cleave this guy. So you may a second attack.
All right.
Because you dropped your opponent.
I'll sacrifice the 2 again.
Yep. And you hit him. Butchery.
Nice. Oh, the damage is real.
As the second ogre is basically slain as Piper lunges through. The first one, it's like... Both ogres collapse on the floor. Erasmus looks at you with a grin and says, wonderful job as usual. As soon as literally as he's about to get as usual out of his mouth, you can see behind him a hideous green hag materializes out of nowhere.
Behind you!
Okay, he attempts to turn. As he does so, at the last moment, the hag lashes out with her talon-like claws, catching him right across the shoulder. Slashing Erasmus. You can see the blood. As soon as she does so, she kind of like glowers and sidesteps between the two of you. Like... Alrighty, where are we at? It is Arya's turn. Arya continues to strum like mad, playing her song of inspiration. Veslar.
I am immediately going to turn, seeing what happens, and just charge the bitch, for lack of a better word, and I'm going to strike. It's going to be a regular strike.
Okay, now she is a hag.
Yes.
Which means your ability with your empowered sword does apply.
Right. Okay.
So on the damage, you need to add that.
Ooh, what's that for us newbies?
So, yeah, know your enemy. When a creature within 5 feet casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack. Okay, so that's it's the weapon bond. It basically allows me an additional 1d6 damage if I hit.
Right. Because he basically is flooding his veins with Arcania, the potion that the witch hunters use. He has like a link, like a anti-psychic, anti-magical thing going on with him. And his sword has gotten a ritual that he has put into it that allows to do additional damage, but only specifically to evil casting creatures.
All right. So,
but you got to hit it first, pal.
She's back to me, so do I get any bonuses, or is it just...
Yes, you do. She was not aware that you're charging in, so you will get +4 to hit.
Well, this is definitely going to hit then, because I have a 14 oh, never mind. Well,
it was definitely going to hit until you opened your mouth and cursed yourself.
Because it was a 14. All right, yeah.
You swing with the bastard sword, like, ah! Remembering it's never good to yell and scream when you're attacking from behind something, because it gives it away. Right at the last minute, the hag ducks down beneath the sword blow.
Oh my god, with a +14? No. Yeah.
All right. It is Erasmus's turn. Okay, Erasmus turns and lunges at the hag with his longsword. And sadly misses both times. He's obviously distracted. It is ogre time. There is one ogre that you guys have failed to deal with that is back there with a huge boulder in his hand. He hurls it with colossal might. As you can hear as the huge big 4-foot chunk of granite that he pulled clear from the ground comes flying through. Okay, catching Piper in the back for 13 points of damage. You're like, as this thing suddenly smacks into you, knocking you sideways slightly.
Owie.
You almost stumble over the corpses of the dead ogres. It is now, however, Piper's turn.
I'm going to...
You have an ogre over here and a hag here.
I'm going to run at the ogre.
Alright.
I'm assuming that's about as far as I can.
You can reach him, but you can't attack him because you can do a full run action, which will give you 90 feet.
Right.
All right, but that'll at least get his attention. Arya continues to play. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for. Okay. All right, Veslar.
So without putting my foot in my mouth again, can I? Oh, so she's turned to me now. So it's just a regular.
Well, she basically sidesteps between the two of you. So there's like Veslar and Erasmus both coming at the hag.
Okay, well I'm going to attack.
I will swallow your soul!
Swallow this. Maybe. Possibly. There. Swallow this!
As you lunge with the bastard sword and hit the beast.
So 1d10 plus 5,
Plus
and then
1.
1d6, right? So I'll just roll twice, I guess?
You can. So 8 plus a d6 for 11. Alright, you lunge forward, slashing at the hag. Okay, the hag, it is... Actually, where is she? Okay, it's her turn. She is attempting to go invisible.
Oh, so I get an attack, right?
Well, what special ability do you have?
It's Know Your Enemy. It's like Mage Slayer. When a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature.
Here's the kicker. It's not a spell. It's an innate ability for a hag. It's a spell-like ability. So it doesn't work. That's why they're so tricky.
Okay, cool.
Okay. She vanishes into thin air. Let's see. Erasmus, with his experience of fighting these things, he lunges forward and says, Veslar, step back! As he does so, he just swings in a huge, wide arc at about waist height.
Whew. I go like, wah! Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Backwards.
Unfortunately, he stumbles as he hits thin air. He's like, ugh! Watch yourselves. Alright, it is now the ogre's turn. Okay, seeing you charge forward, the ogre this time, instead of throwing the rock at you, is readying it like some kind of hand club. Oh! He swings wildly at you. Just at the last minute, you manage to bring your sword up to deflect the rock as sparks shower down the side of the blade as rock hits steel. It is now your turn.
Alrighty. I will do the same attack I did on the other ogre, so I'm going to sacrifice a bit of my to hits.
Okay. So you make a forced attack, but you're holding a little bit of reservation back. Good enough.
Nice.
So 2d6 plus 6.
11!
You slash the ogre for 11 points of damage, opening up a large gash in its upper thigh. Okay.
Throw rocks at me!
Okay, Arya continues to play. However, as she does so, she's kind of moving up. You can tell by the look on her face, she's like really apprehensive, like she knows this hag is around somewhere and she doesn't want to be left by herself should it appear. Alright, it is Veslar's turn. What is Veslar gonna do?
I'm gonna emulate Erasmus and just do a spinning slash, starting from here and ending from here, to behind me.
Okay,
like
so
in this arc.
Do a huge wild arc. Okay, make it a hit.
Stop. Alright. Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay, unfortunately, you also catch thin air. Erasmus yells across to you. He says, grab hold of Arya. Don't let her out of your sight.
I do this. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, master.
At this point, he kind of like moves forward up into the middle. Show yourself, you vile hag. Okay, as soon as he says that, you notice she leaps out of this tree, landing right next to Piper. slashing wildly with her claw. At the last moment, like, Piper turns to see the thing coming towards, pulling back. It's like, barely misses her face.
Ooh.
Okay, it is... Where are we at here? Okay, it would now be our ogre's turn. He attempts to smash at Piper one more time with his rock-like club, but misses. It is now Piper's turn.
Smash it. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice again a bit to hit.
All right.
To.
Ooh, what is the crit rating on your weapon?
19 to 20.
I thought so. So potential crit, roll again.
Just 1d20, or is it plus the 6 again?
D20 D20
plus your normal,
6,
right?
yeah. Whatever your normal attack would be, so yeah.
Normal attack?
D20 plus 4 would be the normal. For your normal crit range. No, D20 plus...
8 would be normal without the sacrificing.
8, yes, that's right. D20
Was 8? Okay.
It's a crit, so we're going to double it. So 2d6 plus 6 times 2.
Ooh. 2d6 plus 6.
And I will double it.
22!
22.
Nice.
Okay. You lunge forward, ramming your sword straight through the chest cavity of the ogre and pushing it away from you with your sword. The momentum basically is pushing you like towards... As you pull the sword back, the momentum is still flowing with you. As you see to the left of you, the hag is still standing. With great cleave, you are permitted an attack on her as well.
All right, I'm going to sacrifice the 2 points again. Okay, so that's for 15.
Okay, you swing at her as an afterthought as the sword's drawn out. You kind of arc and lunge at her. But being that she is extremely quick, she kind of pulls her stomach muscles back as your sword slashes in front of you. And she's like,
You missed, pretty!
Is that really what she said?
oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, she's very
Sounds like
cliche.
what she just said.
No, it's just
She's like, I'm really sorry. I'm really a builder in real life. All right, Arya continues to play her music, still imbowing you guys with the +1s. Let's see. It is now Veslar's turn.
So...
Okay, so you're aware of what just happened across to the right of you, as you saw
Right.
Piper hack through yet another ogre. She's killed 3 of these ogres, by the way.
It took her more than one turn. I got mine in one turn. Just saying.
Yeah, you got 1 in 1 turn. She killed 3 in 2
Three in like
turns,
a
you know.
minute.
You know
I
what's
can-
really... All these awesome dice rolls and awesome results, and no one's rolled a nat 20 yet.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna charge in, right? And I'm gonna shout to Can I get to her without attacking? I mean,
Yep.
is that...
You can reach her, yeah.
So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna scream out to Piper, to your left, as I charge in.
To the left, to the left.
Just so she knows that I'm there, not to, decapitate me with her great sword.
Okay, yeah, that's probably
Don't
not a
hit
terrible
me,
idea.
because I'm standing on your left.
Okay, Arya continues to walk forward, playing as she does so. Ding, 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 ding. At the best of her ability. Let me fix my map. There we go. All right. Erasmus. Okay, Erasmus Baldor. He basically is pulling out a bolas. Like, pulls it out of his belt and starts... and hurls it towards the hag's feet. Okay, it wraps neatly around both of her legs. As she attempts to move, she falls flat to her face.
Yes!
Face planted. He's like, get her! Jump on her!
Done.
All right, the ogre is
Dog
dead.
fire!
It is Piper's turn next.
Oh, I am like sword down, like I'm jumping, like, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna jump. You're gonna leap on her and stab at her. She's prone, so you get +4 to hit.
Nice. Okay, and sorry, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is my base to hit with my greatsword an 8, and then is that plus
your
another
base is
1?
plus 5. It counts as a plus 5. Whatever your base attack bonus is the only thing that you can use towards the power attack.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just it's 8, right? And then plus 1, it will be 9 with Arya, or am I?
It is 5, 6, 7. Yes, it's normally an 8. With Arya, it's a plus 1, total 9. So your total attack bonus is plus 9.
Okay, I am gonna just throw all that at her. I don't want to miss her.
Okay. 18. That's a
Jesus
27.
Christ.
Okay, you jump up in the air. Bringing your two-handed sword point first down towards her. So 2d6. Ooh. For 14. Actually, it should be more than that. What your strength bonus is plus 2?
Yes.
Plus 2 for weapon specialization?
Yep.
Plus Aria. So
Oh,
it's
so
actually
it's plus 5, yeah.
So it's 14, so it's actually 15.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, so with Arya, yeah, I forgot the plus 1 from
No,
Arya.
that's okay. Right. She looks seriously injured as your sword, like, pierces her side. Doesn't go straight through her chest, but it kind of cuts straight through the meaty, fleshy area to the left of her ribs. It's kind of smart in the morning. Arya continues to do her thing and play. It is Veslar's turn to act.
I am tackling her. I'm going to try grappling her and subduing her entirely.
Grapple check.
All right. Take this. Maybe no.
Okay, you dive towards her, but her slimy, agile self kind of manages to wiggle away from your gripping hands. At which point Erasmus has basically closed in the gap. He takes his longsword and slashes at her twice, hitting her once for 8 points of damage, putting her almost to the edge of death.
Glory.
Okay. All of a sudden, from the opposite side of the little hut, you hear a huge, like,
Oh God.
and a what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm getting up as fast as I can.
Okay, so you're taking your turn to get on your feet.
Yes.
Piper. What is Piper doing?
Attacking.
Okay, non-distracted by the sounds, you lunge forward once again with the great mighty sword of doom.
Okay, and I will sacrifice 2.
Okay.
So that'll put me at plus 9, 7 to hit.
5, 6, 8, 9. Yes, plus 7.
Shit.
Okay, you slash forward, but she manages to kind of twist and turn away from you. Arya continues to play. It is Veslar's turn. Okay, so you're on your feet.
I guess we're going to kill the witch, right?
So you lunge forward with your bastard sword.
Oh my god, roll better. There we go.
Woo!
Barely you hit.
Damn. Nimble.
Oh, very.
And so that's the regular and then the 1d6 for the mage slayer.
Yes, for 12. All right, lunging forward, slashing. Your blade kind of like catches her on the neck, opening up a huge gash as green blood starts to spew. Like, and she begins to gurgle, like, as she barely can breathe or, articulate anything at all. Okay, Erasmus at this point hurls basically throws his longsword at her, like, hand over hand, like,
Ooh, epic.
and it flies past her and goes in the tree right behind her. Okay, Piper.
Try and finish her off.
Finish her! She's gurgling.
She's still, like, gurgling, but she's cackling and laughing at the same time. You strike her.
Do it.
2d6 plus 5.
Do it.
For
Nine.
9. Okay, as she kind of sidesteps to dodge Erasmus's longsword, seizing the opportunity, Piper swings in the same direction. As the witch runs straight into the blade. It smashes straight into her upper shoulder, opening her chest cavity by probably about all the way down to the sternum. As the green blood continues to shower as she collapses to the floor. Deceased. She's dead, ceased to be, out of action, dealt with. Ooh. Goodbye, woman. And we will definitely play you one of these.
Nice.
Okay, Erasmus walks to the tree, pulling his sword out. Turns around and looks at the corpses and the carnage. He's like, throw all the bodies inside the hut. Burn it to the ground. This will make a fitting funeral pyre.
Where's the thing that was tromping and making a lot of noise?
Doesn't appear to be anything.
Interesting.
Erasmus is like, probably a hag's trick, trying to distract us.
Ah.
All right. I'm gonna go, I guess, to... I mean, these things are heavy, right? So
The ogres are very heavy. It takes 2 people to haul them, yeah.
I'll help them.
Okay, as you see this, suddenly Erasmus stumbles and drops down to one knee.
Whoa, whoa.
What?
Run
I'll go
to him.
running over.
Yep.
Okay, he says, I'm fine. Just burn that vile infestation. As he kind
Arya.
of puts his hand to his huge gash that he has on his shoulder. Okay, Arya runs over and takes a look at it. She says, it's a nasty wound. And she basically attempts to heal it as best she can with her bardic arcane ways. Most of the wound seems to have healed up, but it's very festered. Didn't heal well at all.
Let's take you to that tree over there. Rest you against it, Erasmus.
Okay, so you're going to move him to the tree and just kind of sit him down?
Yeah. This is what I'm doing.
Arya goes and kind of is checking on him and like giving him the once over. As you guys slowly but surely pile huge corpses.
Let's burn
including
it.
the hag.
Let's burn it all.
Burn it! Burn it to the ground.
Light a torch.
We're not leaving until the embers are out.
I'm gonna light a torch and throw it at that pile, you know?
Alright. Well, being a wooden hut, it goes up pretty quickly. Mr. Jack Legend, thank you for the follow. Within no time at all, there is a massive, a flaming bonfire in the middle of the woods, like crackling away. So much so that Erasmus has to like limp his way over to get to this tree and lean against it because you're too close. And Arya kind of helps him get to that position.
Oh. How do I get over there?
Teleport, teleport. Okay, Arya looks at both of you and she's like, I don't like the look of this at all. I did my best, but he seems somewhat sick.
This is bad.
He's like, it's the hag's venom. He said, as Arya is like continues to attempt to heal him, he's like, stop pawing at me, girl. There's nothing you can do to help me here. Just let's get back to the clearing with the horse and the cart. Help me up.
I'm gonna help him up. Can he walk, or should I?
He can walk, but it's like a very like. It's almost like somebody is. He can walk as long as somebody is acting as a crutch for him and supporting.
Well, that's what
him.
I'll be. I'll be that crutch.
I'll
I pick up my weapon too, just so you know.
Okay.
I pick up my
All
weapon.
right. So you guys all kind of head. You slump back through the trees towards the clearing where you left. Basically, the wagon and the horse. You guys have. Erasmus has a wagon with 2 horses, and then of course Piper has her own horse, which her and Arya tend to ride on. So you make your way back to the clearing that's not too far hidden off the road. Okay, once you get back there, he's like, Veslar, you drive. And he kind of crawls up into the back. Piper, normally at this point, Arya would climb on the horse with Piper, but she says, I better stay with him. I don't think he's too well. So she climbs in the back of the wagon.
I look back and I'm like, which way do you want to go, Erasmus?
He said, keep heading eastwards.
East.
Westwards. On to the nearest town.
I give Piper a look like this isn't good. He doesn't even know his directions. Okay, I'm going to start riding along. I'm going to start going.
Alrighty.
Eastward. No, westwards. We're going westwards. Going somewhere. We're
well,
going somewhere,
you travel
Piper.
for about 2 days along the dirt road. The weather has been a continuing steady drizzle, just like the last day or two. Erasmus at this point is weak and sleeping most of the time. Even though his wounds have been tended to as best as Arya could, his health is definitely not improved. The afternoon of the third day, you can see a small hamlet ahead of you. Erasmus leans out of the coach and beckons you, pull over! Veslar, pull to the side of the road!
Do it. Pulling over. What?
Let's set up camp here.
There's help in there.
In my state, I don't want to go too close to the town. A town this close to those kind of infestations, who knows what we may encounter. I'll stay here with the coach and horses while you go into town.
I can't very well just leave you here.
I'll stay with him, says Arya. I'll keep an eye on him.
I look at Piper.
He kind of looks, you can see the look on his face is almost like, he wants to argue, but he doesn't have it in him to do so. He's like, fine. But Veslar and Piper, you've been on the road for 3 weeks. Go find some hospitality at the inn, and if there is any kind of healer there, maybe bring them back to me. We'll stay here.
The hag, was it poison or is this a curse? I mean, I don't know this.
They have kind of a... Green hags have a known venom. It's very... Sometimes you can resist it, but these hags are way more powerful than the kind that we normally would face. I fear that her venom is far more infectious.
I mean, I could find plants and, you know...
No natural remedy is going to help us, boy. It's going to take the work of a... And he almost kind of passes out as he attempts to say it. He says, we're going to need a priest. A good priest. And one that has great favor with their lord to help me. If nothing else, we need to get me back to the temple at Pelor. But I can't loiter and have our mission held up due to my illness. We may have to part ways. In any case, go to the town, see what you can find out.
Can we...
G-Dace, thank you for the follow.
Woo!
What's up, G-Dace? Welcome, man.
Do we have saddles for the 2 horses that are hooked onto the cart?
No.
No.
But the town is, you can see it. You can walk to it. It's not far.
What time of day is it?
It's late afternoon.
Veslar, I think we should make haste. Erasmus does not look good.
Arya, take good care of him.
I'll do my best.
How much in those 2 days? How much did we heal up with that? With just basic, resting and stuff.
Arya probably took care of your wounds as much as she could. I mean, she couldn't heal Erasmus anymore. So right. With her limited bardic healing, she's pretty much healed you 2 back to full.
All right.
Veslar, are we walking or are we taking horses?
I would much prefer we keep as low a profile as possible.
Okay.
Interactions to a minimum. Just find a healer.
Okay, so I'm going to leave my horse and let's go.
Okay, so Arya and Erasmus are left here at the campfire with the horse and cart. Your horse is tied to it, and you 2 are heading off up the main road towards the hamlet.